You know what day it is? It's fucking Monday. It's Monday. Today's Monday. Oh. I have so many things on my desk, I can't fit all these things. So, today we're doing something. I'm gonna try. Oh. Jesus. I'm just eating cheese. I'm just eating cheese. Just a bunch of cheese. No choice, I don't have any room for my hands if I don't eat this cheese. So what do we do today? Mess with the helmet some more? I don't really know what I want to do with it, I'll be perfectly honest. The helmet is really hard. I have a bunch of references here now though, but it's still hard. Still really hard. Still really hard. And the shoulders I think need to be larger. Because proportionally he's going to have to be lankier. And so the shoulders are going to need to make up for that a bit. And we also need to make up for it with something on his arm. Otherwise there's going to be a lot of empty space there. I need a monster. Oh my god, I need a monster. This stream is gonna suck ass, by the way. It's not gonna be a very long stream, though. I have to do stuff later. Got up late. Hello, Metallic Chair. How's it going? We're just gonna try some stuff. I suppose. Awake for 10 minutes? I've been awake for much longer than that, but it feels like 10 minutes. I'm tired. Or if we try something like this. Nope. Okay, where the fuck am I drawing right now? That's not the helmet. There we go. I am our pixel artist. I am literally our the reason Kibbs hired me in the first place was to make pixel art. I haven't made pixel art in like 3 years. Because I've been stuck programming and doing other things. Yeah, I don't do music because I haven't gotten to that yet. But yeah, I picked up everything just for making games. I'm just thinking. I don't really know exactly what I would need to make this feel like it would work. Right now I'm just trying to design this, and I'm not really much of a designer. It's not something have any experience doing really, so it's a little lost in general. Yeah, I'm trying to make it dip down. If you do something like that, then it's gonna get like glasses. And then it'll feel too anime. Hold on, let me turn on the preview. That way it's not gonna juggle around all over the place all the time. And 2 pixels at the top that are missing. There's a lot of pixels missing at the top. That's not gonna work. I don't want it to look like a face. Well, kind of, but not really. It's just tech stuff is really hard because it typically relies on like small details to make it feel good. There you go. Fix them. I'm gonna drink some coffee. Today is a coffee day. Today is Monday. Oh, I wish it was carbonated. Just started brewing coffee. What did I miss? You missed me drinking coffee. Whew. Yeah, it's here, check it out. I have 25 grams of butter in my coffee and some milk. A real man's coffee. Let's look around at some other references here, see if we can come up with some ideas. I really need a monster today, bro. I think I'm gonna go buy a monster. 2 packs of stevia? Are you an American? You can tell the second someone talks about packs of like something, like a pack of sugar, pack of whatever, American instantly. Do what say. Oh. I just, I could have bought the loose version, but I decided packets was better. Then you don't need a spoon or anything. It's too white. That's my issue here. Like, it needs details, but I don't know where to put them. Because I feel like no matter what I do on the helmet, it looks weird and off. I think the shape is kind of getting there, but I don't know what I think about this part. Because this is just kind of a shape right now. I feel like it's not really a thing. We want it to be around this rim. Royal Guard looking guys said they can't have cool skulls painted on their helmets. Yeah, exactly. Unless it's the Skull Empire. Or the Necromancer Kingdom. Maybe... we'll see. Maybe the visor should be higher up again. I'm not sure. Because it creates a different vibe. Kind of like the other one. The an issue with the helmet is that it's next to all of this like super ornate shit. So it's like, okay. It has to... I don't think it should match it, but I think it needs to... It needs to have enough that it doesn't feel like it's out of place. But I don't know if this is really right. Thank you! And what a Monday it is. Thank you. But see, I don't like this either. Like I don't like putting like a huge blob of color on the helmet either. And I don't like having just these outlines, because the outlines are kind of like shy. They do have this already, but it's not enough. They're squid themed? No, they're not squid themed. Talking about that, it's meant to be like tree roots and a bird. Little wings or more roots on the cheek. Yeah, I like it's right now it's got like a bunch of motifs and little like plant things on the armor. Here we got some waves and stuff. But I was a little bit hesitant to put a bunch of etchings on the face. I think he shouldn't have that. But he still needs to have enough gold for it to, like, way up. But I'm not sure where to put it. Maybe we just put, like, a thick layer of it down here or something. I think after this, I'm gonna ask some of the other guys on the team for some input. And this is very classic, right? You put like a big circle thing over the ear. I don't know if I want to do that. Like, I was doing that before. But I don't know. That is very, 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 like, giga typical. Like, I have a bunch of references here. You can see ear thing. Ear thing. Ear thing. This guy doesn't have one. He's got a thing down here instead, a breather. Ear thing. He doesn't have one. He's got cat ears. No offense to this chair guy in chat, he has no idea how to design, and neither do I. Helldunker stuff there. They kind of have an ear thing there. But that's for the wings. I'm in like a weird spot where I kind of want it to feel like a knight. But I'm also wary of it feeling too medieval. But I feel like more and more I kind of like would rather lean towards medieval a bit, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. I also don't particularly like the shoulders here. It's too much. There's just too much. There's too much of a thing here with this whole thing here. I don't particularly like this, but for now it is what it is. It's like okay, but helmet is very aerodynamic, gives motorcycle helmet vibes, or at least anything expected to go fast in atmosphere. Or maybe. Oh, it's most helmets end up feeling something like that, right? Like unless you go for a real medieval vibe, you know, like I have some stuff here. Something like this, right? Like this is just typical fantasy medieval kind of thing, right? If you don't do that, you usually, unless you do something bulky like this, you usually end up with something that looks like a motorcycle helmet or something. Like Halo is just like dirt bike gear, right? Unless you go with something like completely different. But if you go with something that's like completely different as well, it's very easy to end up with something that feels a little too alien as well. Because they're still supposed to feel human. Hello, Likey. How's it going? And good work today. Can't just say that about Master Chef. What do you mean? He has a dirt bike armor on. It's literally like what it was made from. Today is Thursday? No, today is Monday. Today is Monday. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. I think. No. Ooh! I don't particularly like this that much. Because if I do that, then I can't do this. I kind of like this being like this, actually. And then if I have that, then that's too much. But we could potentially pull this up all the way to up here. Like this. And then we have like a face part here. I don't want this to be like flat. It is chair, but my throat is sandpaper. Oh, taking a stream break. Yeah. I've been like a little sick this week too. It is what it is. What are we... That color. Oh. It is really just supposed to be like rounded. How the fuck do you draw that? I don't know. Whatever. 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 These guys have been a tough nut to crack. They have, and I'm probably gonna bounce it against some of the guys. I'll post it later as well in work in progress for anyone who wants to poke at it a bit. But I was gonna talk to Sala and Indio. Indio has a lot to do, but just wanted some fresh takes as well on it. But I'm not a very good like sketch designer. For me to design something, I basically have to like make it like finalize it the whole way through almost. But because I don't have like any experience doing this. Maybe this could work with more like shading. And maybe some outlining. That color maybe, or that one. Not sure. I get that. Yeah, I mean, it is. I think it's pretty normal to struggle with designing things. It's not easy. Not in the slightest. I think I already gave you my 2 cents on it having more angular surfaces. Yeah, I haven't really gotten to that too much. I haven't had time to even work on this. Like I've only worked on it when I've been streaming, and I haven't streamed this like almost at all in the last 2 weeks. I do think there's still some time to mess with that, but I am also using your references, so there's that. You know, it's not quite the same stuff, but this is more like civilian stuff, kinda, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, this should be civilian. Sure. The search operation is a private undertaking. So these should just be like CV equipment, more or less. So I have been taking some cues from you as well. I should probably take more cues as well, but it's also like it's not really like related either. Because I feel like it's very easy to fall into this thing where it's like, oh, okay, it's this civilization, so this should look the same as that, or whatever, or like, these guys like evolved from fish, so every single thing that they make is like fish based. You know? When in reality, like, we evolved from monkeys, unless you're Christian. Everything we make isn't monkey based. There's not bananas everywhere. There's not, you know, it doesn't really like work that way. So, but I still think that it's good to have like some shape stuff kind of connectable. But I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like, so it's a little hard to really like connect things entirely too, but I have been meaning to work on the coat. I talked to Carlos. Carlos thought that it would be good to remove the coat because it's a big part of what makes it feel medieval. Kyle liked the coat. I also, because they should have some clothes, because they shouldn't be just armor, because they're kind of lightly armored. So they need to have clothing, otherwise they're just gonna be like crisis bodysuits. And yeah. So I feel like for me, it's less about them feeling too medieval and more about the clothes. The clothes, I think, fitting more with the commissioners. I was maybe gonna do something. Yeah. But I don't think it's that far off. I do think some different patterning on the clothing could definitely help. I also don't know if I want to do something like this, where they have like a little cloak bit here, but I think that's going to be too much. But there is good reason to do it. Because they already have like draping cloaks here. And I almost feel like if I add something like this, it's gonna be kind of competing with that in a weird way. But if I don't have anything here, it's gonna be a little tricky because the arm actually needs to be like more like this or something. Like their proportions are supposed to be a little bit off. And the legs as well. The legs should also be kind of like more something like this. And because their arms will be long, not having like sufficient sizes on the shoulders and having something that covers the arm a bit is going to make it feel empty and like bald. Right. That's my concern there. And the coat is gonna need to be longer as well. Down to their ankles, I think. I just didn't want to fuck with the proportions until I figured out the designs more. But yeah, it'll probably be something more like this. I think having little patches of cloth to cover large chunks of armor would make them seem less armored and more ceremonial. Kind of de-emphasizes the fact that they are in full armor. They're not actually supposed to be in like full armor. The armor is mostly ceremonial, and it's not really like armor plating. It's more like, I don't know how much I should say, but whatever. It's Gibbs has already posted like 1,000 things in the Chamber of Secrets. But the armor is a bit more like a platform for shielding mechanics. In this case. Like emitters and stuff like that. For directional shields. They're a bit more Protoss than they are like Terran in terms of that kind of feel. The piece of hardware? Yeah. But yeah, something like that. I have to undo all this because it was on the frame that I was working on. Today I'm mostly just focusing on the helmet. The helmet has been a struggle. I do think it's kind of going in the good direction now, though. That I don't necessarily mind myself. More fabric makes sense. Yeah, I agree. And that's what I'm doing here. They have the cloak. For the like I said, for the arm, it's less about like there being fabric for a reason, like practical reason or anything, and more just like an aesthetic. I do think maybe the shoulder should have like an extra bit down here, like I don't know, you know, like a layered thing that makes it fall further down as well. But we'll see. This here, the visor, it can't just be the visor. And the question is giving it like a golden trim the right choice, or is there too much golden trim already? And maybe it should be like this. It does get a little bit weird here. It's like, where does it exit here? This isn't necessarily meant to be like an actual visor, though it can be. When I was working on it here, this was kind of just meant to be like aesthetic, more or less, and they actually just have like a display internally or something. And now the mechanics here would be that it can open up from the back to the front, I suppose. There is like... before I was trying to make it in a way where it could open up in the front. But I don't know if that's necessarily a design thing that needs to be a thing. I don't think so. And now I feel that the only reason for this circular thing here would be to contain mechanics for this to be able to like retract to take the helmet off. Rule of cool versus autism. Yeah, but there always needs to be some autism. Yes. I want more coffee. I don't have more coffee, and I'll die if I drink more coffee. So let's not drink more coffee. There is also a possibility of changing this more. Like you said, no, I don't know. Maybe. Because all of this could be done. Like these are vines, right? Growing, and these are meant to be kind of like opals or something, as like little fruit at the end. This could be drawn in more like angular shapes as well. Like you could have the leaves be like more stuff like that. And instead of having lines like these, it could just go straight, like instead of it being curved, it could just go straight into like a 90-degree, no, 45-degree angle as it curls. But I don't know if I want to do that. Just have to undo all of these spam selects. See if I did anything fucked up. No. I think we're good. I'm just thinking like maybe this here could be like hidden. It being more like this. Nah. But this doesn't make any sense right now. Yeah. No, I don't mind changing it. It's just like this on the clothes. I was gonna change that to be more like that. And then keep this being more flowy on the armor. And then have the clothing have more detailing like yours. The cloak is gold, which makes it a little hard to put anything on it. But I wonder if it could still have like black patterns or something at the bottom. Or maybe not. I don't know. But like this could be... something more like that, like... I don't know. I don't have it open right now, so... But... I don't know. I don't know. I can just scroll. I don't think there's that much in there. Yeah, there it is. Got some random stuff there. Unfortunately, we're working in pixel art now, so it's a little fucky. Fit like actual details here, so it was easy to make all the little flowers because of the pixel art, but not as easy to make Art Deco flowers. Not at all. I think that looks terrible. Yeah, tiny little detailed shapes. They're a little tricky, I must say. But I can just draw like a larger pattern next to it and just show like, yeah, this is what it looks like, or whatever. Using multiple colors makes it easier too, and you can kinda fit more detail. Not sure. I don't know if I want to do the flowers in Art Deco. I think maybe I'll opt for something simpler, like what you're doing here, with some like lines or crisscrossing patterns or something like this, I think, is a better choice. That's where Indio got it from, I just noticed. Little Bindio stole your patterning. I don't think it should be the same shape as like Lorem has, but just to test something. And just do something like that. I told him to? Yeah. And that's fair. Why is my key binding not working? I don't know why this layer is so laggy. The image isn't even that big. It's only 1200 and 1300 times 900. I don't feel like it should be lagging, but Asprite's been lagging at this resolution. I think the gauntlet should probably end up being bigger. I'm not a huge fan of it being this... No. I will be right back. Oh. back, but we're turning this off. Hey, because I have had a annoying recurring nosebleed all morning. Oh boy, I need a monster. Normal one. What monster is best monster? It's good. I like the normal one, to be honest. I like the one that was called just the. I like the original yellow one, when it said like monster plus juice. But the green one is pretty close. Normal green one. Original. I prefer a blue V. A what? You see, I live in Sweden, so we have Monster and we have Red Bull. That's it. Oh my god. I don't want to bleed. If it's New Zealand, then it's probably not international. But maybe, I don't know. Do, 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 do. I'm gonna sneeze blood everywhere. I don't know about this line either. This would probably not look like this. It would probably disappear very fast behind, so you wouldn't really see it. Here as well. In fact, even more so. This is the disparity here is too big, isn't it? Either there needs to be another, like, scale here, or this one needs to be further down. I think. And this whole thing here, not a huge fan either. Like, it's because it's this big flat area. And like, we've talked about not having, because if we look at my references again, there's just like infinity of this shit on every single thing that's futuristic. There are just like seams everywhere. Seams. Seam. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it looks good. Like, it's part of what makes it look good most of the time. But it's also usually like kinda forced. Like this shit here, like what, like why? It's just to have it, right? It's just because it looks cool. So I'm trying to avoid doing that, but it also makes it hard to detail. Because then what do you do? And if you don't have that, then it's just a little too simple. He's seamless, yeah, just like Oblivion. But like there could be like something like that, and then you make it be kind of like a, I don't even know how I would make that look like that. It would have to be kind of like this. Or where it's like it's kind of going inwards there. Suppose. That gives it kind of like a jawbone kind of thing, or a cheekbone, which I don't know if that's a good thing. Oh. Let's see. Is the Kibbington Awakington? I think he's not Awakington. I think he's Sleepington. Probably. Or maybe he's pooping. He's not awake. But having too much here is also bad. Because then that also changes the feel of it. So let's undo it. And make a new one. That. Keep it in storage. This is what I like working in. I really like this aspect of working in Sprite. That you can just keep snapshots, right? I tried setting this up in Clip, but the fucking frame system, the timeline system in Clip Studio is so fucking convoluted. I literally could not figure out how to create one frame of one layer with the help of AI. Like I couldn't figure it out. You need to create like a fucking special animation layer or some bullshit, and I don't know. One of my biggest pet peeves with anything is that when you're trying to like create a frame, you're trying to move a unit in a video game or anything like that. When you do it, it doesn't work. Like, it should. It's just one of those things where it's like, holy shit. There's like a one very obvious way of attempting to do it. Like in, I'm still mad. I played Hoi 4 yesterday, and I'm still fucking mad about it. Because like you try to move a unit, and either it doesn't work because he's like, no, you can't retreat there, and I'm like, okay, why? Like, I don't know. Or it's like he moves the unit, and then the unit moves back automatically because of the AI, and I'm like, okay, fuck you. Like, I cannot stand that kind of shit. If I figured out the actual how to make an animation in Clip, I'm sure it'll be fine once I figured it out. But man, it was annoying. Now he gets too much of a chin. If I do that. It's already kind of questionable if this should be this way. I think. I wonder if this was too much. Adding one more thing here. I wonder if it was actually better when it was just 3. And then maybe we just do something like that. It's simple if you're freehand each frame, but you gotta do a couple of steps to setup if you want to copy elements from frames. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because when you're working with high resolution art, having any frames will just completely obliterate any memory. But that's why it's so nice to work with Sprite, because the files are very small and you can just make like almost infinity frames and it has no impact at all. Oh, the angles are kind of weird. Okay, there, maybe. Yeah, I think it was too much. I think. Probably. Where's the thing? Picking up the sleepy boy. Man, I have a nosebleed now. Now I can't even go. I was gonna, when I woke up Kibbs, I was gonna go and buy monsters, but oh, I'm bleeding from my face. I don't want to go to the store with blood dripping down my face. What a Monday, huh? What a Monday. Hello, ho ho. It's going pretty good. It's a terrible, terrible, cursed Monday today, but it's going pretty good. I don't even know what I'm doing. Or selecting the belt. Gotta put it on a new layer for some reason. I don't know why I'm doing this, but let's do that. I honestly just changed. I mostly just changed the helmet. I think. But I don't know. I don't know if you haven't seen it in a couple of streams, maybe. Changing the helmet changed it a lot as well, so. Yes. It's Thursday. Yeah, but it's a Monday. Boop, 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 boop. There. Oh! Yeah, I changed the helmet and I worked on the gauntlet. I don't really like the gauntlet that much. I don't like that it's got this long straight line here. I really don't like that. But yeah, I'll have to figure that out. Something, something, something. No. Hmm. Yeah, it needs something. I need to figure out something with the details here. You could just have like a golden thing here. A thing. It's got a thing. Now one of the trickiest parts in pixel art is angles. So like, you only have so many angles that you can work in. Otherwise, you get fucked up lines. Like, you have this angle, 45 degrees, and this is a 25 point something degree angle. And everything else is fucked. As you can see. You get lines that look like this. Or worse. It's one of those things. You can still work with that. Like with the shitty ones. But for the most part, it's better to just kind of not. Now, when you do that, though, it's easy that it's like, okay, but now it's too fucking big. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Great. When I tried, that's what I struggle with. Yeah, it's an honestly like the most common thing. It's also when you actually start to realize that that's how it is. You'll notice it when you're playing like old pixel art games. You'll notice that almost everything is done at like certain angles because of that, because it just looks better. And I mean, the same is true for regular art as well. Like, just certain face angles work better than others. It's kind of similar, but in pixel art it's extreme because of just like the limitation. Like you can see here. Here the angle is fucky as shit. And also lines. Lines, or curves rather, are super tricky because it's like the transition from this to this is massive. Because this is two up and then one to the right. And this is one to the right and one up. So it's literally like double the angle almost. Then you have to learn how to like parry the curve by doing some ugly stuff like that. Not that they work better, it's because they're easier to draw. I don't know about that. Maybe. Maybe. But now this looks like ass. The freerun challenge? Yeah, but the freerun angle is kind of ass. As well. Ooh. It's okay. But I do think a lot of the things that fix the freerun angle is people like finding a particular angle within that space that works as well. I love watching people do like art things. They're like, don't draw like this, draw like this. And then it looks like ass. I love that. I just googled the freerun angle and there's one he's like, should not look like this, it should look like this. And it just looks terrible as well. I hate those. Like you, slime girl. People made it look great, is my point. Yeah. Hat unrolling toilet paper. Kibbs. He's sleeping. He's sleeping at the computer. I think I need to like undo this. We need to go back to the shitty angle. But we need a better shitty angle, because this shitty angle is like inconsistent. It's kind of rounded, and that's not good. Let's do it like this. That's not good either. Because then here you see the line ends here. But it's supposed to be a two-stepper here. But because it can't really end in a two-stepper, it feels like it ends in two ones, which it does. That's also not good. Let's do that, because I actually want it to be like that, I think. Still too much space here. This is a place where we could maybe fit something here. And make it a little flowy, perhaps. But then that doesn't really fit with this. I wonder if it could still have like a bit of an elevation or something here, like a crest. And you could do something like... I mean, it would technically be brighter here. So this is a little fucky, but this is pure white. So like you can't draw a fucking highlight on pure white. I mean, this might need to change to some degree. I don't know. That's still the old design there. Actually, you can. Wait, actually, you can what? What are we saying? Oh, highlight white? Maybe if you use like a yellow or something with the light source. I saw someone outside who I know. They were walking. Or if you commit to some crazy color theory. I would more likely I would just do something like this, right? Need a new keyboard for my tablet. I haven't been bothered. But yeah. Doing like something like that and then doing more selective highlighting after that, probably. Oh, that's the thing. Yep. We're not gonna do that because it's unnecessary. Uh, I don't feel like it fits. This stuff that I added here, it's the angles don't really feel like it matches the rest of it, and just having something like that was more close to what I was doing. I don't really like what I ended up with there. And this is a little bit too... I think this is better than nothing. But I don't think it really goes all the way. There's also a question of, should it actually adhere to the bottom? Or is that going to be too much? I think it could potentially work with something down there. But I'm not sure exactly what. This is still an issue. Ha 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 he he ha he ha he ha hoo ha hoo ha ha ha. And it's also this like carapace feel is a little questionable. I think it does work. It could work without as well, if you do something more like that. But then the back is gonna feel kind of old as well. But then there's a question of like, how is the fucking thing stuck on his head as well? Yeah. Yeah. I think it's taking a step in the right direction. The question is just getting it to fit correctly with the rest as well. But that can just boil down to the details a little bit, a lot of the time. So, but I think we'll leave it there for now. I don't really know what else to do. It's been 2 hours. I would have to move on to another body part, but got some other stuff to do. Joe, we'll stop there for today. I just wanted to get an art stream in because I haven't had the time or energy to do that in ages, so I think maybe Thursdays could be a good plan to fit something in the morning, that it doesn't get eaten up by other things happening later in the day. But yeah, not sure what we'll do tonight. I might just play Vagris. I think I'm gonna stop playing Paradox games because I have just been getting mad every single day for like half a week. And yeah. Unless I come up with something else. But yeah. Until next time, thanks for hanging. Have a good day. And a good night if you're Australian. Bye-bye.